this is a 1992 Stoddard-Hamilton Glasair III. It's from Stoddard-Hamilton, which is in Arlington, Washington, a company that started around the mid-'80s. This one in particular, as you can see, has a lot of modifications done to it. So shout out to the previous owner, Pat Lowe. He did a ton of this modifications and paint job that you see here. This is a 4-blade MT prop, so it's composite. He had to redo the whole cowling to kind of fit this spinner and prop. He's got the Lopresti inlets here, so theoretically that's supposed to let more air in for cooling and such. And this is the big thing that he did that I love, is this kind of big turbo prop, kind of jet prop air scoop that we have different kind of air inlets for. So he has 2 going to oil coolers, he has ram air. He's got a little trim motor in there to kind of move a valve for ram air or let just regular air in. The engine is a Lycoming AEIO 540, 10-to-1 compressions, ported, polished, 2 oil coolers, 1 on that side, 1 on this side. We've got speed brakes out here. They're manually actuated, so we've got a big lever in the cockpit that we just push forward and those will come out. That is a ton of drag that will really help us get slowed down, because this is a very slippery aircraft. It's all fiberglass, and so it has no really parasite drag on it at all, almost. These are custom winglets that the original, or previous owner, Pat, did. He kind of faired these up a little bit. Don't know if that really does much, but it definitely looks cool. This is fatter than normal right here, so that it's kind of better for airflow, aerodynamics, more speed is the hope. And then also kind of these flap fairings and stuff as well. He's all custom done that so that it can increase speed. Again, that's the hope. At one point, this aircraft was tested and it did do 250 knots. So that was with a 3-blade and a different engine, but we have a same horsepower engine that was on it before when it did 250 knots. We're only seeing about 215 right now, but we're gonna make some changes here, some big changes, put a 3-blade on, and hopefully we'll see 250 and above here soon. It's just an amazing plane. The paint job is what really makes it stand out. And that was, again, Pat Lowe, who he's an artist at fiberglass and painting. He just does an amazing job, as you can see, obviously.
Well, it looks super fast, just standing still.
Oh, it does.
Now, am I mistaken, or am I not seeing any antennas on this thing?
Yes, so that's right. There are antennas, but they're all internal. They're all kind of here in the back and the tail here. They're all fiberglassed in, and since it's fiberglass, we can still get signals through. So again, speed is the name of the game here with this aircraft. And also, interesting thing, tie downs. You won't see any tie downs here. I actually have some that you can screw in. Again, speed. So when we need to jack it up or get a tail stand on there, I'll just screw something in and we'll just put a pin through, and that's how we kind of jack it up.
Wow, this is impressive.
Yeah. So I am technically the 3rd owner of this aircraft. There's a data plate right underneath the elevator here. And Francis J. McCobb was the original builder of the aircraft. Now, Mr. McCobb was an engineer of many different sorts and types. I think he was like a chemical engineer or something. He was all different types of things. He had patents on wind turbines, so he was somewhat familiar with aerodynamics. And so he decided to build this aircraft, again, in the early 90s. And we believe he did a fantastic job, because with Glassairs, again, it's epoxy and fiberglass, all composite. So it's very easy to make these aircraft heavy. And once you build them heavy, you can't take away weight. So once they get, I think the numbers, don't quote me again on this, is around 1,800, I believe, is pretty heavy for a Glasair, Glasair III. And this one's around 1,700, and even though it's 100 pounds, that's a huge difference. And so we have a fairly light Glasair here, and I believe, personally, that's because Mr. McCobb knew what he was doing. He was an engineer. He wasn't just, your typical person that wants to build an aircraft kind of off the street. And, of course, I would encourage anybody to do that. I'm just saying that he had a refined touch when it came to building this aircraft initially. And then the second owner, like I said, Pat Lowe, he just kind of put it all together after Francis McCobb passed away. He sold it to a flight school or a A&P school down in El Paso. And they were going to use it to just work on, but they weren't really getting anywhere with it, so they sold it to Pat Lowe, who I bought it from. So Pat Lowe had to put a new engine on it. He put the wings on it. He did the paint job. He did the interior. He did the avionics. So, I mean, technically I'm the fourth owner, but I see it as the third because there was the builder, Pat Lowe, and then me. I think this is faux ostrich leather, but we're just going to say it's real.
It looks like ostrich.
We're going to say it's real. He has a custom throttle quadrant here. Usually Glasair III kits, they come with the veneers or just kind of push throttles and prop mixture like you usually see on 172 and such. But he went all out on this aircraft. We got sticks here with a hat for trim, both, well, just elevator actually. Cow flaps are over there, as you can see. We got a clock, flap switch, bypass switch, pull heat defrost, and we actually have seat heaters in this thing.
Nice.
Pat decided to go all out and put seat heaters in these things. So we have push to start as well. Little iPad mount, don't use that too much, but it's great for, just throwing up ForeFlight or whatever.
Yeah.
We have a trusty old reliable 430. We're thinking about putting a 750 in there eventually to have 2 radios. Got our gear lights up there and the gear handle. And then this is the star of the show, the Dynon Skyview HDX. Go ahead and clear these for you. This thing is amazingly clear, and I have been a Garmin person my whole life, but after flying with the Dynon HDX, it has just been a game changer. I still love Garmin, but the versatility and the customization that you can do with the Dynon is just amazing. It's so simple, and it's just so clear, and it's so user-friendly. And so, you can see that here we have it split screen between the engine page and just your flight instruments. There's even an option to just put your typical 6-pack in there. So if you're comfortable with 6-pack, you can just put up the 6 instruments there that look like steam gauges. But it's just an amazing piece of equipment. We also have, in the center here, we have, let me see if I can open this up. We call it the casino handle, so that if we ever need to kind of pump down the gear, this is how we do it. We select gear down, and then we go ahead and pump it down with this casino handle. Now, Pat, again, he was very meticulous. He decided, you know what, that's not enough. Down here, there's 3 rings, and they're attached to the gear up blocks. So if for some reason the casino handle doesn't work, you can pull those and the gear will free fall, and you can yaw or pull up to kind of lock them down in place.
Well, that's nice. The redundant system, I like it.
It is. Yeah, it's very nice. He really thought this through when he built or rebuilt this aircraft. I bought a Glasair I back in 2019, I believe it was, and it was fast. It had the IO 360, and it was just a little hot rod, and we'd see around 200 knots. But I only got probably 2 or 3 hours before I was in the left seat. Again, I was flying a 172 before this, remind you. I went from a 172 to a Glasair I.
Wow.
And so it was a big jump for me, and I got 2 to 3 hours in it, sat in the left seat. I was a part owner in it, so the other owner sat in the right seat, and it caught fire. It had a battery fire. There was some chafing from a throttle cable right next to the battery, poor routing. And it caught fire, and luckily we were in the pattern, but I had to do a short approach, come into land. It was a close call, but here we are, and here I am again with Glasair. So I love them, obviously. They're tanks.